Hey, so welcome back to the channel. On this episode, I'm going to be installing the Fox 2.5 DSCs. I forget what DSC stands for. I'll put it up. But yeah, so I'm excited to do that. Last week I changed out my leaf springs from the added leaf to the whole leaf pack from Devers, and it's still working pretty good, looks pretty good, and it definitely sits a lot higher. So when I was doing that, I noticed that my icon struts, the external reservoir was actually leaking. So when I seen that, I knew I had to upgrade my rear struts right away, and that's why I got it so fast. This video, I'm gonna go through the whole install, from where to remove the bolts, how much to tighten it, how much foot-pounds per torque. Should be a pretty easy install, so I'm not gonna talk about it too much. Yikes. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to change spots because it doesn't look like the tires went up any. I guess I will have to put it underneath the rear diff. So what I decided to do was I put my second jack right underneath that part right there. I put it right underneath there, as you can see. And I put that second jack there just in case the first jack drops too fast. I got a cheap Amazon one. I need to upgrade my floor jack, but I'm trying to release it slowly. Sometimes it'll go too fast, and that's why I have the second one there. You can use the jack stand there too, just in case, but then with the jack stand, it's hard to lower it, right? That's why I'm using the second jack. In case that one goes down a little bit too fast, I can still lower this if I need to for the strut to come out. Forgot I had that on max time warp. So yeah, I got the jack stand right there, jack stand over there, and then I'm gonna put one right here, just until I get this thing off. Just until I unbolt that with the 19mm wrench or socket, whichever one you have. And I'll take this off right here. Now, so I got to drill a hole in the frame. So the instruction says to basically this hole right here. I put a pilot hole right here, and you can barely see it right there. It's supposed to be 25 inches from here all the way to there, and I've already measured it. And then this I'm drilling that pilot hole for this hole right here, which is going to sit like that, and it's supposed to sit leveled with the frame, which is this up here. Okay, so I'm going to do that first, and it's supposed to be done with a 7/32 drill bit. And so this bolt right there, or screw, that's a size 3/8. So I'm gonna screw that on, then level the bracket out like that. Got that loose. And let this out. Got that out. Now I'm just gonna put these things back in because I'm gonna put the hardware back together. Put these things back together. Nut in the bolt and washer. That way I don't lose them because you're gonna have to reuse it. Not a metal mallet. So the bottom part of the shock mount does not want to go in there. I feel like I'm gonna have to force it, but before I force it, I'm gonna try cleaning all this stuff up right here, all this gunk right there and right there. Maybe it'll help to give it some space, and then probably put some grease on it too. See if that'll help. I'm sure it will. So okay, so I lowered the axle down a little bit more. Again, I used my second jack to lower it down, and then my main one right underneath the rear diff. I lowered it down enough to where it's barely touching right there, as you can see right here. It still doesn't want to go in, but I'm gonna grease it up. But then I put the top part on. I just put the screw on there, just hold it into place for now, so it's still loose. And then once I get that part on, then I'll tighten this up. Then I'll put the reservoir in. Or you know what? Maybe I'll just put the reservoir in right now. Yeah, I think I'll do that part right now. Move up the sides. It's so fucking hard to get it. Hey, so this is day 2 of my install. Day 1 took me quite a bit longer because the bottom part of the strut was not going into it wasn't going into the slot where the old one came out. Apparently the ones from Fox are a lot bigger. I think like 4 millimeters bigger than the Icons, and yeah, I must have spent like 2 hours trying to get it in there. And what I eventually did was I just took it back out, because I even bent the metal, the little mounting bracket around the outside of where the strut housing is supposed to be, or where the strut's supposed to be housed in, that metal bracket. And I bent it because I was trying to hammer in the Fox into that hole, but the metal around it was bending before the strut itself was would go into it. And you figure, you know, it's just a rubber, I don't know what you call this right here. So this right here, this is rubber. This is the other side. I already got the first side in, but this is the rubber right here. This would not budge. The metal around it, or the metal around the mount point, this metal right here was actually starting to bend. As you can see, well, you can't tell in this, but it's a little bit bent. But you can see where, see this right here, it's kind of dull because I was trying to whack it in there. And yeah, I must have spent probably a good hour or two just whacking and whacking away, and yeah, it was not going in. So like I said, I just took it out, used the razor blade, cut some of the rubber off, to bring it down to size. After that, yeah, finally actually went in. That's the first thing I'm gonna do with these ones. With the other side is basically cut the metal off because if you remember, I put the grease around the other side first before I tried to cut it, and yeah, that was hard trying to cut it off with all that grease on there. So, but yeah, I got my caliper out. So here's the measurement. That's for the Fox, 36.9 millimeters. And here's the icons, my old icons I just took off. That's a 32.5. Yeah, so 32.5 and what was the other one? 36.9, I believe. So yeah, it's a difference of 4.4 millimeters. No wonder it was not going in there. That's quite a difference. I don't know, maybe Fox just sent me the wrong ones, or, well, no, I don't think it's the wrong ones, but I'm just really surprised nobody else brought this up when they were installing their shocks. Yeah, that's really weird. But anyways, I'm gonna have to cut that 4.4 down again with the razor blade, and that way I won't have too hard of a time trying to get the new ones in like I did yesterday. So since the reservoir will be facing the front of the truck on the driver's side, this is going to be the part that's going into the slot first. So I'm going to try to shave off 4.4 millimeters off of this, and then also on the other side, maybe 2 off this side and 2 off the other side, and then we'll go from there if I need to do any more. So I need to take any more off, and, you know, I only want to take off as much as I need to, no more than that. So the cut, as you can see, it's a little bit jagged. It's down to 34.2 from 36.9 right now when I measure both sides. I'm gonna file it down the rest of the way to try to make it a little bit more smoother. The other side though, if you can see that metal part, I tried to push that in, it would not go in. So maybe I just had to put some WD-40 in between the hole right here and the bushing to get it to slide. But for now, I think I'm just gonna file it down and then see if I can get it in there. Yeah, so as you can see, I used the Dremel, and I was able to get it down a lot smoother than the cut. But the cut is a good way to get it down to the size that you want, and then just use the Dremel afterwards if you have a Dremel, so, or something like that, I guess. Right about here, right there. I got it down to 30. I got it down to 33.4. That should be good enough for now. I took another measurement, and that's at about 33. 0.5 millimeters should be okay, I think. We'll see. If it's still too hard, then I'm just gonna I'm gonna take it down a little bit more, but I think that should be good. Here's the moment of truth. I'm gonna try to see if it'll go in. If it doesn't, then again, I'm gonna have to shave it down even more, but we're gonna see. I think it should be good enough, but we will see. Yeah, still does not want to go under. Maybe I will have to shave it down some more. You know what though? I think it will work. I'm gonna put in the top part first, and then I'm gonna try to hammer it in with the rubber mallet. was able to get it low enough where the shock would be like leveled with the hole in the shock would be leveled with the hole in the mount. Let's get this thing up in there. Kind of went in there pretty good, but as you can see, the hole's still not lined up. You gotta line the hole up. You gotta lift this up a little bit. Okay. Yeah, so he's jacking it up, the hole's so tight that it's actually lifting, pushing up the leaf springs, so the hole isn't going down any further. I'm gonna handle this. Maybe I'll put some grease on there, and maybe I'll throw some grease in. All right, so that last one was a fail. I couldn't get it in, so I took it out and shaved it down some more, and then I put some grease on it this time because I shaved it down to about 32.5. What the measurement was on my icons I took off. So hopefully this time it works. It should, according to the measurements anyways. Gotta lower it. Okay, I just lowered it somewhat. The jack. Now, put it in there again. Yep. Much lower. There we go. Look at that. This time, yeah, it went in almost too easy. Alright, so yeah, the measurements are correct. All I got to do is lift it up a little bit. As you can see, the hole is almost there. If I lift it up a little bit, it should fit the bolt in there. There we go. Whew. Oh, that feels good.
Let's screw this in.
So yeah, that feels good. It fits and it works, and I didn't have to almost break anything. So this bolt right here, 43 foot-pounds of torque. That's what you're supposed to set it to. This one up here, since you can't really get a torque wrench up in there or socket up in there, they say to make it so about 5/8 of an inch of the thread shows. So it's around here somewhere. I'll show you what it looks like afterwards.